The Housing Minister says it's likely to be a further 6 months before any government funding solution for Aberdeen's RAAC concrete problem is confirmed. Paul McLennan has been giving evidence in the Scottish Parliament and said the City Council is going through an appraisal process to determine the best way forward. Around 500 homes in Torry's Balnagask area have the potentially dangerous RAAC material, but residents affected say they're unhappy about how the situation is being handled. As Hayley Bomber reports.
Around 500 properties in Torry's Balnagask were constructed with the potentially dangerous concrete RAAC. Residents have been told they will need to leave as there's risk of collapse. But since the news was announced in February, questions remain.
2 weeks of me constantly emailing.
Amy Bruce is one of the homeowners affected.
We have been told that they will either be demolishing or remedial works will be completed. Now, if they demolish the house, that obviously means that we're left without a home potentially. We'll have to then look for a new home. We don't know what that will happen financially because we don't know what our homes are even valued at, how the RAAC is affecting the valuations. But if it is remedial works, then we're looking at potentially 30,000 plus to repair, and I don't have that kind of money.
Council tenants will be offered other accommodation across the city. This process has already begun. Aberdeen City Council say they are engaging with council tenants, homeowners and private tenants affected by RAAC. They also added that the situation is complex and evolving and that options to determine the best way forward will be reviewed in the coming months.
And I'd like to know what steps you're taking to support the councils that are affected by this.
Today, the Housing Minister Paul McLennan updated Holyrood on how councils across Scotland, including Aberdeen, are working to resolve the issue. He didn't rule out funding to help them, but said it would be another 6 months before specifics could be looked at.
It's kind of an ongoing situation with them, particularly about Aberdeen and Clacks and that work. Aberdeen, for example, I think is the indicators it may be 6 months, probably from around about March or April. So they're talking about late summer kind of thing. So we continue to engage with them on a regular basis and see what their actual specific demands that will come out of that overall work that they're doing.
From speaking to people,
residents like Amy believe the situation could have much wider impacts on the area.
We've got local shops, we've got local businesses. All of them are going to be affected. People just are devastated. Torry is where they have called home for so many years, and now they're just, they can't call that their home anymore.
Hayley Bomber, STV News.
MPs